Good afternoon. I'm Angela with Magic City Stress Relief Center, and I'm so proud to introduce my very good friend, Gina. And Gina's from a southern state, and she can say it if she'd like, but we've been
New
friends for
Mexico.
New Mexico. She's so lucky. And how long? I don't know. Are we about 3 years now?
Yeah, I think it's been about 3 years. Can you believe
Yeah.
it?
I know, no. So I met Gina in a class, and then she's an author, she's an energy worker, all the good, fun spirit stuff. So I thought I would ask her on for episode 2 of Chick Chat because she's so much fun. Um, and one of the things that I love about Gina is she has a horse, and used to do. Did you do professional
Mhm.
racing? Yeah, that's
Well,
awesome.
okay, I jumped.
Jumped. So that's
Yeah.
fantastic. You know me and horses. I love them.
I
They're
know.
amazing. Yes. So so today we're just gonna do a couple things. We're gonna have a little bit of a chat and see where this goes and just kind of freelance that. But we're gonna do a bit of a reading. So I'm going to use the cards that are my favorite first. They're the ones that I made based on lilac lanterns. I like to always make sure I give her credit for them because they're her cards. But they are my favorite. I love them.
Yeah.
So, all right. So we're just going to do a general reading for Gina right now. And when I do an actual reading, an intuitive reading with my clients, this is what I do after I give them the message from spirit, and then we focus on whatever a client might like. Which, Gina, we're going to do that. We're going to do a full reading with you on the 12th, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Great, great. And then we'll kind of demonstrate what that's like. She's graciously offered to let me record that and share that. So, okay, I did not bring my lay down thing for the cards. So I don't want to shuffle them and make a lot of noise because that can be irritating. Okay. So we're just going to do 5 cards.
Okay, now I gotta know your expression.
Well, I'm laughing because we're talking about love, and th-
Okay.
we're gonna do a
Dish.
little love reading here a bit
Dish
because
it out, girl. Dish it.
yep,
Dish it.
yep, it's going that way anyway. So, but we'll get even more details on the 12th on Monday, a week from Monday. So the first card is gray. I'm still learning. You can kind of see it, but it's gray.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it has that look to it because it's a marker grade in. So what this just tells me is that there's things that are not known yet. There's like a haze over it. So which would make sense, right? Because we were just discussing like things like that. So, but I've got the
What?
ring. Yeah.
Well, don't I
So,
have to date somebody first?
well, yeah, but semantics. I will tell you, the last client that the ring came up on, I said, "Oh, you're going to be in a relationship within 6 months," and they met somebody like 2 weeks later, and so um, this ring, I mean, it's something. So
Bring it.
um, yeah, um, this might already be. I think this is the many people, and the way it feels to me, it's going to be somebody that you know who knows somebody. So
Oh,
I don't
okay.
feel it'll be a blind date, but it will be more like, hey, I want you to meet this person that I know, kind of a thing. So
Okay.
I feel like it's somebody in your life right now who knows somebody. And then there he is. He
There
showed
he
up.
is.
And he will be a gift to you.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
I think you'll be a gift to him too, honestly. But I think he'll be a gift to you. Yes. Well, that was easy. That was beautiful. Like, that was
Alrighty
so,
then.
yeah, like, okay, well, that wasn't what we were going to talk about. Like, I mean, it wasn't what we were not going to talk about, but we were going to focus on a love reading on the 12th since it's so close to Valentine's Day. And I just think it's cute that came up. So, well, so do we want to, are you planning on writing any more books? Are you planning on that kind of stuff?
Yeah, it's hard to do when you have another full-time job too. So,
Absolutely.
I mean, I've already started my next novel. I'm about a third of the way through, but it's just hard. It's just hard to devote the time to it. But it's there, and plus, I've also kind of documented my journey through the spiritual vast land that I've been on and in. And so I have notebooks on notebooks and notebooks of that. And at some point, I will actually coalesce all that I've learned and try to make it accessible so that uh, it, that kind of knowledge is more easily accessible to people instead of it's just mine. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to be selfish with it, but again, it's something that takes a lot of time. I mean, I share with people all the time, but to actually have it in a written form and do all that, it just takes time. So yes, I want to, and I plan to, but it's just a matter of my life opening up to give me more free time to devote to that. Yeah.
I totally get that. Even, you know, there are sometimes when I can tell that I need to back off and slow things down because creative energy doesn't come through a fast paced, hardworking. Not that people are not hardworking that are creative, but what I'm saying is if you're in corporate America, you're doing a 40-hour a week job, there's a burnout that happens that doesn't give you the space to create as easily. Now, there is something to be said too about, you know, going to work gets you into a structure. So then, you know, because like I squirrel all the time. Oh, that looks fun. This looks fun. This looks fun. Oh, I want to create this. I want to create that. You know, my mind is always full of ideas, but to bring them through and to make them tangible and physical, that's an energy we haven't really probably acknowledged as a society and as a culture.
For sure, it is hand in hand. It is creative. Like I invent things all the time. I have a whole folder of my inventions too that I have uh, received, whatever.
Yes.
Anyway, so even that I have, and I'm like you as well. I'm like, oh, that would be so cool, and that, oh yeah, that. I mean, from splints to I thought of a new way of reading books in a digital format um, that involved. Anyway, that's closer to a book. Okay, so
Yeah, I would like that, by the way.
so anyway, but again, I get all those things. I guess my problem where I encounter difficulty is the bridge to that. You know, I'm always looking for the person like, oh yeah, I could totally help you with or whatever. And at this point, I think that's what I don't know. Pull a card because the disconnect the between what I can invent, what I've come up with, to actually creating it in a viable way, the bridge is not there. That I haven't found the bridge yet. So
Okay. So why don't we quickly just take a look at that and see what comes
yeah,
up in the cards? Okay.
that'd be really interesting
Okay, let's see what
for
it
me.
says. Okay.
Not that the love was interesting. Yes, the love is always interesting. However,
Yes, exactly. I get you. Yes. Well, you know, and my readings really are more, they're less about the prediction of when it will appear versus if you want to encourage this energy in your world, this is, you know, the steps that you can do to bring it in, you know. So,
yeah, it's
um,
awesome.
yeah, so let's see what you and your creations, what kind of energies floating around those, how to
Yeah,
bridge
that'd be
those.
interesting because I've never had a reading on that. So
Okay,
that'd be interesting to me.
let's see what it says. Ooh. Ooh.
Again, with your expressions, you cannot do those expressions and not dish. Just saying.
I can't help it. I don't know why, because I get excited and I can't wait. And it's like, oh, I can't wait to tell you this. Yes, it's like, okay. poker face. I must be calm. So, number one card is world. Some of the things that you've created and can create will have a world impact. It's not
Wow.
just it's not just here or in the United States. It will be a world. There's two things left. There's always a time frame on things that come through you to you in the ethers. There's a
Mhm.
time frame. Not that if you don't get to it, something's wrong with you, but I do believe we have the ability to pick other people. Like if you have an idea that you're not going to finish, then someone else has the ability to pick that day up. But
I
they
agree.
do want to recommend. So I actually feel like, are you more of a night owl than a morning? Yes. Okay. They're actually giving me the morning. Like
Dang
if
it.
you, I know, I'm so sorry because I was like, I already felt it, but they want you to, and it doesn't have to be a lot. Like, do you get up and do your routine like coffee? You sit for 20 minutes with coffee. Do you do any of that?
Um, I do have a half an hour that I slowly wake up and I
Okay.
check my emails and then I do that kind of thing. And then I'm like, oh crap, I got to get ready.
Okay. So I think you should take about like get up even a half hour early, do your half hour morning, set your timer on your phone. So like you get
Okay.
30 minutes to drink your coffee, tea, whatever, wake up, check your emails. At that, when your alarm goes off, take 30 minutes. And this week, I'm going to focus on my book. This week, I'm going to pull 3 of the ideas out. And you do them before you go get into the real world.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It
Like
makes
it,
sense, but doesn't have to be in the morning. I'm just saying,
well,
I'll do it.
yeah, well, there's always the option to do it in the evening. However, the cautionary tale on that is by being enmeshed in other people's frequencies and their auras and their energy fields for that long will wear you out. And when you get home, it's like, I don't want to do this. I don't,
No,
it's not
true.
even that you don't want to, it's the energy doesn't flow
Yeah,
as easy then. That's why.
for sure. You've
Yeah.
nailed it. You're correct. I just had to go there and
I know. I get it. I get it. I do much better in the morning than I do it after I've been out with people and stuff. I do much better during the morning than I would at night. But guess what it brings if you do this?
woo, bank.
Yes, it will help this. It will help this, which of course we always like
Okay.
abundance for our besties. So, and then this is you can't really see it,
Right.
but this is the red chakra. It's the root chakra. I am. It's really about bringing who you are, your soul essence through your physical vessel and making it form. You are already these things. You are
I could
already this
feel it.
book. You are already some of your inventions.
I feel it. I feel it when
Yep.
you held it up.
Yep. And
Yeah.
you will create more. You will create more than you think, and this will have a positive impact on your life overall. It will actually bring more of your soul online through your daily life, which then will increase these opportunities that are not showing up quite the same way yet. It will actually increase this too.
Okay.
Yes. I have these really unique cards that I'm going to just see here. Pull me a card in line with this, please. I'm going to show you what they are. Let's see. I haven't used them in a long time. So
Okay.
let's see what cards. Haha. Okay. I actually feel like I could do a video on each one of these cards. So this is the self-care card.
Oh,
Self-care. Are you lacking in self-care? Time to rest and recover is needed. Douse to see if energetic pattern or programs are affecting this and clear. Now, what I want to say about this, sometimes this is the right card, but it might be interpreted in a different way than what I'm feeling it's coming out. And what's coming out is this is actually a way for you to self-care because it energizes you. It sustains you. Doing this creation is a sustaining activity for you. So a lot of times when we think of self-care, it's get under a blanket with our fluffy socks, a cup of tea, watch a good movie, whatever. But sometimes self-care is engaging in the activities that fill your soul.
Hmm.
And
Interesting.
that's how that's feeling to me with the reading.
And that's such an interesting take on it. I'm so glad you're doing this reading and getting this take, because whenever you hear self-care, you're always thinking about taking a bath and you know pampering yourself in physical forms. But this is very interesting in your insight into that same phrase. I like it. I love it.
Yes, yes, and that's how it feels to me. Now, there is a chart on the back, a dowsing chart. What level of reality should I be healing or clearing out? Because it's well, I'll show you, because it's got different cellular level, biological level, DNA level, RNA, akashic, chemical, physiological, astral, mental, emotional, karmic, planetary, monetary, and celestial. So let's see, what level of reality should Gina be healing or clearing out? Well, it's the Akashic level, which of course, yeah. So based on that, do you have, I know we've talked about Akashic records before,
Yeah.
between us. So I'm just gonna say this. So in my mind, or the way I work with Akashic records, it's this big library in the ethers, and the High Priestess card is how I actually feel is the doorway to the Akashic records. It has big columns on the side, and I think this is part of your Akashic level. Like, this is written in your Akashic records. Akashic records are the energetic record of your life and any life you may or may not have had before.
Right.
And so this is actually what I'm going to do is clear anything in your Akashic record that um, that is not in harmony with you getting up a half hour early in the morning. And there is something here. So maybe as a past life that's connected to it, that, who knows?
Yeah.
It's a good one though, because it's going and going and going. So I'm clearing whatever this is that's blocking you from getting up a half hour in the morning earlier to do your.
Do you think it's my rebellion against my monk life that I have lived so many lifetimes of? I'm
Well,
just
look,
saying.
it just started the other way. So now we're amping this up. So yes. And that lifetime, you probably got up at 3 a.m. to do prayers
Yeah.
and to start doing chores. So this life, you're like, no way, no how. I'm going to sleep until 8, like normal people. It could be something like that, like a
Yeah.
rebellious spark. You're very
Right.
rebellious in such a positive way, right? It has so served you well your whole life being rebellious,
Good.
right?
Good. Yes, it
That's how it
has.
feels
But
to
it's
me.
interesting.
Yes, that's how this little spark feels to me. Like, it's rebellious. Like, I don't want to get up that early, and da da da. And if we tie it to that lifetime, that's what it feels like. It in that lifetime. That's
I totally get that. Isn't that funny? Because at other times too, like when people say when you have to meditate, you must be in this certain position and you have to do your body in all this contorted way. And I'm like, no, you don't. You can
yes,
connect to God in your pajamas and with fuzzy slippers on. You can connect to God in any lying down, sitting up, reclining, what she, whatever, could care less about the particulars. So that is one of my immediate rebellion things that I come up with. Whatever somebody mentions, is I'm like, not true. I know, because you have my connection. I can instantly know when things are true or false, whatever, when somebody's saying something. And I am that being of me that has lived the monk life, with all those restrictions. I'm just like calling BS on all that. I don't think any of it's. I think that's all how people got there then, because
yes,
they didn't have the freedom that we have now, and that easy accessibility and knowledge and all that. I get it. I'm not saying that it was wrong back then. I'm just saying right here, right now, in this time, it is unnecessary.
Yes. And,
Right.
back then, um, what we did on a daily basis mattered. Meaning, what I mean by that is whatever you did today was your survival for tomorrow. Our
Right.
survival was dependent on today's stuff. And as a monk, you would go be a monk, do your prayers, but you had part of your prayers were doing the chores, making the bread, doing all that stuff, but it was very rigid. It was very quiet. And were you a silent monk? You feel like to me, you were a
I
silent
think I
monk.
was. Yeah.
Yeah. It feels very like you maybe did like connotations or cantations with your like,
I throat sing, by the way.
You do what?
I found that I can throat sing. I just, oh, can I do that? I'm like, oh yes, I can. But because I know that I was totally tapping into when I did in the monastery. It's so yes, but we did throat sing. So
Okay.
I mean,
So
you're right.
I get that it was it was too rigid and
Yes.
your spirit in this world right now is not at all like that. Like you want no, but they do want you. I think this is why the alarm clock is there, because you're going to have to make it a point. You're going to have to set the alarm. You're going to have to structure it. So I would work with that little rebellious spark within you and say, I know that getting up feels restrictive. However, that's rebellious spark of you is the creative spark also. Like they're hand in hand. They're one side to the other side. Yes. And
Totally.
so, if you work with that spark and just, hey, I know that this is not your norm, but let's try it for a week and see what we get done. It might actually increase your spark. I don't, it not might, it's going to. I can feel like,
I,
if
I
I make
know.
it,
I was going to just read it and tell me because
yep,
you were
candle,
spot on. So.
the candle flame is way bigger after you do this for a week, way bigger. And maybe in the beginning, you only do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday that way, whatever your work
Oh,
day.
you're so sweet. You're so
What?
sweet to me. You're so sweet to me.
Okay. So I love all that. Oh, I might have to do that. I might have to do a video on each one of these cards because they're amazing. Like these other cards
Yeah.
that yeah, because both front and back have stuff on them. Like,
I
ooh,
see.
like this one is quantum entanglement. And then the back is this dowsing chart. But
Wow.
use the principle of quantum entanglement to know you can directly influence okay, let me start that again. Use the principle of quantum entanglement to know you can directly influence any energy with the pendulum and intention. And then on the back is, well, I don't know why this is on the back, but okay. It's how safe is my water? And then it's so each side is its own thing, honestly. So
Yeah.
that's,
Yeah.
but what I want to do is it's the Native Heart Healing
Okay.
Oracle. And
Okay.
I love, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I love it.
Yes.
So I'm going to do one overall card for this. That's my favorite thing to do is connecting to people on a soul level it's just beautiful.
You're very, 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 very good at it. And it's a very real, true connection. And it's incredible to be on the receiving side of that.
Thank you. I'm okay. So before I even look at the guide, it's first of all, it is the number 42, which will have its own meaning. I love numerology. I don't know everything about it, but I am a numbers person. But the numbers that are my favorite, besides my own personal numbers, are 369. They're creative numbers, and this goes to 6. So right there, we're dealing with the creative. It's also the earth star chakra. So we're talking grounded, we're talking star. So it's almost like, if I haven't read it yet, but what I'm going to tell you on an interpretive message is that your star self, your soul self, wants to bring through these creations into the earth to make them tangible, physical. This is an acclamation or an affirmation that your soul really wants to do this.
Yeah, I
So,
can feel the grounding. Okay, first, can I just interject here? I can
yes,
feel that when you mentioned that, I can feel it totally grounding into me, that statement and that possibility. But I truly, and I want you to understand this. I truly, yes, I value what the book has to say, but I maybe even more than that value your interpretation, your feeling of that first. So I just
thank
had to
you.
say that.
Thank
It's
you.
important. It's more. I think it's even more important.
Yeah, and I agree because I can feel the energy of the card and the way it's appearing for you today. And then I mean, how much more better can you get? Because the number 6 is like whenever I see 6, and I could look it up in numerology, but that is always my creation number. Like it is part of 369 is what the numerical creation of the universe, but 6 is always my favorite for creation. It's for me the strongest one, where 9 is completion of the creation. Maybe 3 is feels more like the idea of the creation, but 6 is the bringing it in to the physical. So very exciting.
Yay.
I love it when readings
Okay,
go this way.
after you read me the book thing,
Yes.
are you going to read the book thing? After you read me the book thing, I want to ask you a question about a number. But go
Yes,
ahead, keep going.
absolutely. So Earth Star Chakra is past life connection, future visions, and respect for yourself, others, and the earth. Immerse into the depths of the unknown, only to birth a part of the self never met before, yet all too recognizable to the soul. Do you want me to read that again?
Yes.
That one's a great one. Immerse into the depths of the unknown, only to birth a part of self never met before, yet all too recognizable to the soul. I'm going to read so yeah, this is the energy that was coming because I don't know I don't know these by heart. So I will read you this little bit of part of it because I do think this is interesting. The mandala, which is this design, the mandala brings to you the aligning energy of the earth star chakra. This magnetic star anchors your universal self deep within the earth's core. In addition, this chakra is key in accessing your past lives, understanding your current life, and drawing upon the wisdom of your future self. Aligning this chakra is aligning to your inherent infinite self and that of the collective consciousness to bring a feeling of wholeness. Respect is of the essence with this chakra, both a respect for self and a deep reverence for the unlimited potential this card may help you to integrate. The Earth Star Chakra mandala also guides you in clearing your energy field on all levels and may indicate that you have taken on the energy of another through your role in service. If you feel this to be so, you are guided to complete the third clearing exercise below. Oh, so there's a clearing. Ooh, this sounds exciting.
I
Through
got a hit, by the way. So
you what?
yes, I got a hit on that. I mean, as you were doing it, I could feel it was important. So
Okay. Okay. And I want to go over it because that way you can always go back to this or access this video so then you can hear it. This meditation, okay. Through the Earth Star Chakra, one may access the depths of the underworld, a luscious oasis thriving with life, once extinct animals, mythical creatures, elemental kingdoms, divas, and ancestors. Well, feels like just like a writer's favorite place to be, okay? As you explore the depths of oneself via this chakra, a silver embossed doorway will appear. Explore as you will. To gain access to your current and past future lives, or to bring a deeper understanding to your current one, place this mandala below your feet. You can do this by lying down and entering a place of meditation, or by sitting with pen and paper, writing as you open a channel to the wisdom contained with your earth records. Do this with the intention of healing or integrating the realizations that come through this meditation.
that was a vast. That was very big. That was a, yeah.
Yeah. A couple of things. I'm going to send you, I'm going to take pictures of both the mandala and then this part. So you can actually, if you want to, for anybody that we haven't touched on, I didn't introduce you as an artist either, and you are a painter. So this is something you could paint and use or draw and use this way, or you can take the picture and print it and do it too. But
Yeah.
you can also use this card to clear your energetic field and ground after having an open channel. So that little energy work thing that you do, obviously, maybe this is what you use after to ground, okay? Place this chakra card under your feet and visualize your energy flowing down within your earth star chakra. Feel yourself clearing and balancing as the energy of this earth star chakra mandala transmutes all for the better. There are key elements to this card: silver ray, violet ray, ruby red ray, black obsidian ray, white crystalline ray, past lives ley lines, underworld, balance, and transmutation.
Mm.
Ooh, Spirit had a lot to say to you today. I'm kind of excited by it. It's fabulous.
Yeah. There's a lot, going on.
Yeah. So I will, after we're done, I will send you that picture so you have it. So you can do whatever you want with it, because that's spectacular.
Thank you.
Yes. I would definitely say your soul came online and said, this is what I want, or this is,
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Very.
Okay. You had a question, right? There was another question.
Oh, about a number. So I got and I think it's something they were kind of being cheeky about, but so I got a new license plate for my car here in New Mexico, and the number that the DMV gave me, not the letters, but the number is 767.
Well, I'm going to look it up, because even there's a meaning to every combination of numbers. But 7 to me is always angelic-y, high level beings, archangel type energy. 6 is creation. So so if I was to interpret this on one level, doesn't mean it's the only interpretation, doesn't mean it's going to be the only always, because the beauty of all of this work is today it means this, or it's for this, but 3 weeks, 2 months, when you have shifted into a different level, it can mean something completely different for you. But how it feels is you are the creation, you are the creator of all this information, this art, whether you're painting, whether you're writing, whatever you are doing, you are the creator. And on each side of you is angel beings protecting, helping you, that kind of thing. That's how I see it with everything we just read. But I am going to go out and ask what the meaning of 767 is. Is the meaning?
I like your interpretation.
Well, it feels right. Okay. Angel number 767, meaning this is a beginning of a wonderful new chapter in your life. This is the time when you will finally find the success you've long been waiting for and receive just reward for your hard work.
Dang. Aww.
Like, come on. How amazing.
They're going to make me cry.
This is why I love this is why I love doing this, because it's just so beautiful, and how intricate and how intertwined all these different layers are, but they all mean the same thing. They're trying to empower that space within you to bring through these creations, because it will help you in your world today, tomorrow, the next day, and actually bring this alignment between your high self, your soul self, and your earth self, which, I mean, yes, we bring that through a lot of times, but sometimes the thing that we most need to do is the hardest one that we need to do. Like it's the one with all the fears, which we talked before we even came out, what I'm going through, and the fear, like fear of success, right? Or fear of vulnerability, showing up and being authentically you, which if you're in alignment with your soul, you don't have a choice. You will show up authentic. Your soul just doesn't accept anything else.
It's fun, so good.
Yes, it is so good. And it is fun and it's beautiful. I mean, like, come on. Thank you for reading for me or let me read it for you today cuz wow, I can't wait to see what happens.
I
And it's
know.
the other thing is they give you really easy things like when I say that, I know it's not easy to get up 30 minutes earlier when that's not your norm. It's not your in your quote nature. I know that, but it's a doable
Doable.
alignment. It's doable.
It's not like I have to pack my stuff and head to the monastery. So
Exactly.
yes.
Yes. But it will take an amount of courage. And maybe that's what you do when you're doing your coffee. Just ask to be aligned with your soul self, you know,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
and then go from there. Once you wake up and your brain's firing on all its, synopsises, then you go forward and you do that 30 minutes of writing or painting or whatever it is that you feel to bring through. The paintings that you did when you were bringing through that energy, they were so incredible.
They
Like
are powerful.
they're super powerful. I'd love to show
Yeah.
them, by the way, someday.
Okay. Anytime. But yeah, it's and when you give me that reading about them, it helped me so much more. I knew what I was doing, but I didn't know the whys of it, or not the whys of it, the hows of it, the motions of it. Like I knew the end result. I knew what I was doing, but and when you did that, it empowered me so much to, because then it wasn't just out there in the ethers in the gray, the in between, right? I could go, oh, I see it. Oh, I get it now. That I can see it now. I can follow that thread, um, and be more concrete in what I do. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So
And
it,
I forgot about that reading until just
yeah,
now.
it was magical. It was magical for me because it empowered me and helped center and in a way cement it into, yes, this is what you're doing. Yes, this is what is happening. And yes, that is the outcome of it. Before I just knew, okay, this is what I think is happening and this is the outcome, but I didn't know the vehicle by which I was doing it or the how of the vehicle or whatever. And you gave me that missing part that really gave me all of my uh, self confident and right to it.
Yes. I understand that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
anyway, that it's huge. So anyone out there, these readings that you get from Angela are readings that can really let you understand your trajectory, or and give you insights, um, and you will come away with it going, oh, that makes so much sense. Oh, anyway, it's magical.
Thank you, Gina. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I forgot about that reading because that was one of my favorite readings because it and what I love too, and I do remember this, and if is it okay if I share this one piece that I
Of
remember?
course.
Because I don't normally remember everything, like it's almost like I have this amnesia thing after I do it. But there might be points, or if you bring something up, well, when you brought it up, it was like, what I also remember is they told you could go out and actually intend to bring back energy into this space too. It wasn't just, oh, I can only bring back what I see. It was also, I want to go bring back this energy. And then you were able to bring it through that way. And that I remember like, wow, that's incredible. That is an amazing skill set to have or capacity.
And can I go one up on that?
Yes.
Because I went in and did every greatest and highest good for every year up until 2028. And that was maybe 2022 at the time, when I started doing those. And don't you think that my newest ability this year of what I'm doing now was brought in from me gathering those greatest and highest good, not just for me, but for the planet, right? My intention was for the planet, for
Yes.
our country, for, humanity. When I was doing those years, I didn't have myself at all in the as focal point. It was more the greatest and highest good of humanity. But now, as we're talking about it again, I guarantee you, I brought in the energy of what I can do now unknowingly and
Yes.
cemented it here into the 3D of now to be able to access that at the right time.
Yes. Thank you for doing that. That's so beautiful. And now that you say that, I remember us talking about you doing that. And this is the beautiful thing about energy workers. I always say to people that are, because I talk with a lot of people that want to do healing modalities or things. And one of the first things I say to them is, if you want to heal the world, heal yourself.
It is about self.
Yes.
I will tell you for a fact, it is about the work you do. You don't think it's a big deal because you're just one person, but the work you do on yourself affects the whole completely every time you do affect it.
Yes.
So you don't ever have to think of yourself as being insignificant. You are extremely significant in just your own personal actions, or helping somebody drop a wallet. You pick it up and you go, hey, you dropped your wallet, here it is. That has huge effect on humanity as a whole. I know for a fact.
Yes. I agree with that. Yes, absolutely. You're so wonderful, Gina.
So are you.
I'm so glad to be friends with you.
Me too.
Okay, so we're going to end here if that's okay with you, unless you had anything else you wanted to talk about.
No, it's beautiful. Thank you.
You are so welcome. I am so grateful for you. Thank you for coming on here and doing a video with me. I'm so appreciative. You can book, to the reader or to the listeners out there, you can book a reading with me by going to my website. It's magiccitysrc.com. And if you're in my local area, you can book a reading to see me in person, but I also have remote intuitive readings as well. And I'd love to read for you. So, okay, Gina, we will see you on the 12th. And maybe by then we get to go live or maybe we'll record that one because I want to be focused completely on you on that one because I want to do.
Okay, whichever you want, you want to do.
Thank you for coming on today, Gina.
Anytime.
I will send you that picture and of the mandala, and I will also send you pictures of the book part too, so that you have that for you. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, honey. I will talk to you soon. Bye.